In Czechoslovakia today, the triumphant return of Alexander Dubček, the man who led the Prague Spring Reform movement in 1968, only to see it crushed by a Soviet-led invasion. Dubček was elected to the number 3 post in the new government, Speaker of Czechoslovakia's parliament. Amid all the upheaval, the man who just may be the longest surviving Communist Party leader in the world is in the United States. Not a visitor, but a resident. Gus Hall, leader of the Communist Party USA. ABC's Morton Dean reports on America's old-line communists trying to keep up with all the changes.
For the Communist Party of the United States, it's a time for celebration and contemplation. Celebrating its 70th year while contemplating what's happening to communism in Europe.
I think it's the healthiest thing that could happen for the socialist movement.
She's an example of a membership and a leadership that have grown old.
To the national chairperson of the Communist Party, Gus Hall.
79-year-old Gus Hall has led the American Communist Party for 30 years. He's hanging on and fighting back.
To the creeps in the mass media who say socialism is dead and that therefore the party of socialism is dead, I say if we are dead, then we are the liveliest corpse in all of history.
Brave words, but while the party still publishes a daily newspaper at its New York City headquarters, its membership, though secret, is believed to be only between 5 and 20,000.
The red cohorts of communism gather
at the peak of its influence, in the 1930s and 40s, the party claimed up to 100,000 card-carrying members, and more than 20 important labor unions were controlled by communists.
A body blow to American communism.
But in the 1950s, the party was under attack. Gus Hall spent 8 years in federal prison, guilty of seeking the violent overthrow of the government. Hall has been loyal to the Soviet hard line, Stalin included, but now he's climbing on the bandwagon of change.
Basically, I think Gorbachev is the right man for the right time in the Soviet Union, and I think what he's been doing, I think, was necessary.
Hall is struggling to find new support among students, unions, and civil rights groups, fertile ground in the good old days. Today, it's a very unrewarding task. Hall and the party's old faithful are trying to turn chaos into opportunity.
Don't let our Bush or the other media say that communism is kaput, it's finished. It's not. It's not.
Here, as elsewhere, the class struggle envisioned by the communist anthem has instead become a struggle for the party to stay alive. Morton Dean, ABC News, New York.
And we'll have more news in a moment.